And we are back. We are back again. Here streaming on Twitch. Hello, folks. Hello. It's been a couple of days. Sorry about the delay. This is going to be day 9 of the Cheese League. And we're still in the semifinals. And yeah, sorry about the delay. Missed our Wednesday stream just because I was sick, so that's never cool. And then as I'm trying to, again, I just, you'd think I would remember to move everything out of my way. And then our Saturday morning stream at 8 a.m. was delayed because I was teaching a class, college class. So there's that. Yeah, so now we're here with back with Cheese League Baseball. Of course, want to give you the update. We've been doing the Cheese League because of the World Baseball Classic, and it was a hell of a World Baseball Classic. It was a heck of a tournament. It was great. Of course, the semifinal game was on Monday. So that was on Monday. I don't know what date it was. Monday, March 20 or something like that. 19th or 20th, something like that. Anyway, it was USA versus Cuba, and USA won big over Cuba, 14-2. That meant that the U.S. would face off against the winner in the championship game, the winner between Mexico and Japan. And boy, that was an amazing game, folks. Mexico, Japan. Japan won 6-5. Incredible game. Absolutely incredible baseball game. So the championship, USA versus Japan. And boy, oh boy, if you did not watch this game, it is worth it. It is so worth it. It was such an exceptional ball game. Kyle Schwarber with the home run, Trey Turner with a home run. Those two solo shots, only runs that the USA team got. Japan came up big, 3-2 in the win, won the championship, won the World Baseball Classic, won the tournament. Yeah, just incredible World Baseball Classic that we had. An amazing display of baseball from across the world. Baseball won. It literally came down to it literally came down to Mike Trout versus Shohei Ohtani, two teammates on the Los Angeles Angels facing off against each other. That was the final out of the championship game. I mean, you couldn't have scripted it better. It was fantastic. And like I said, baseball won. So that was the most important thing, and I'm just so excited for the next tournament. I'm so excited to watch who USA puts out there, and I thought Venezuela was going to win, honestly. First couple of games, I thought Venezuela was going to take the whole damn thing, but you were going to say Mark McGwire and Jose Canseco. Nice catch. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say Mark McGwire and Jose Canseco facing off against each other, two teammates. No. Never, ever. But it was such a great tournament. Yeah, so it was great. And happy for Team Japan. They did an amazing job. Their pitcher's 21 years old, and he's throwing fire. At one point, he threw 26 strikes, and 20 of them were above 100 miles per hour. He's just an absolute phenom. I think he's a free agent locked into a contract with his team in Japan. I think the Ham Fighters, I think he's locked into a contract until 2027. So he's going to get a little more seasoning, and then he's going to come over to the U.S., make bank, and probably pitch for like the Red Sox or somebody and beat up on my Yankees. So that's probably what will happen. In the Cheese League, where we left off, we had the Brie Boomerangs taking the 2-0 lead over the Feta Fiddlers, and we also had the Mozzarella Maneaters surprising me, because I did not pick them to make it out of the first round, but surprising me and beating up on the Asiago Aeroplanes, who beat up on the Stilton Saucers, and I totally picked the Saucers to win that first round too. So yeah, a lot of things. This whole side of the bracket here, folks, just completely messed me up. This is exactly how I thought it was going to happen right now. But yeah, so we're going to watch some fake baseball action. We got Boomerangs v Fiddlers right now. We're going to watch this game and let's see what happens. We're back to the Emerald Diamond. So we have first 2 games at the Swagger Center, back at the Emerald Diamond. The Kraken kicked butt today. You know what? I forgot it was an early game. Oh my god. Kelly and I were out all day. Holy shit, let's talk about this. Okay. Oh my god, they kicked butt today. Holy shit. Oh my god. These are such pivotal games for the freaking Seattle Kraken. I'm repping them right now. These are such pivotal games for the Kraken. That makes me so freaking happy. Oh my god, we're gonna break down this game. We're gonna break down this game so much. This is so great. Okay, so before we do that, Casanoli hits a base hit up the middle and starts off this game for the Boomerangs as Jonah Conrad steps in. And we're getting a look here. Chase the Velos, pitcher for the Feta Fiddlers. Four-seamer, slider, changeup, curveball, forkball, and pretty decent ERA for her thus far in the tourney. Jonah Conrad looking tense at the plate, only hitting $115. And that's a ball in the dirt. Tried to get him to chase. 1 and 2. And fouled away. So, oh man, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to, I gotta watch this recap now. That just made my day. That's amazing. All right, Chase Velos. 3 straight balls. All right, gets him to pop it up. Who's that there? That is West to put it away for the out. Matty Beniers scored his 50th goal in this game, highest for a rookie. He is the Rookie of the Year. He is a phenom. Matty Beniers, the greatest signing ever in hockey history. Baby. And they try to turn the 5-4-3 double play. They only get the lead runner, so runner on first now. Dirk Davila up, excellent speed on first base, and a mediocre arm behind the plate, I would say. Try to pick him off, see what's going on. Mickelson runs quite well. Tolvanen almost had a hat trick. That's amazing, and easily stolen bag there for Mickelson as Davila looks at a strike, and she walks him. Feta Fiddlers hats, I like them. The black on the red crab on the black hat. I actually dig those. Bailey Dakota steps in. And we got 2 on, 2 outs here at the top of the first. Boomerang's looking to get a run on the board here. Oh, we're gonna break down the score. Let's see, McCann, maybe Sprong had goals. Tolman. So yeah, we're gonna break this down. And all right, Avelos walks Dakota. So that brings up Espinoza, who's having an amazing tournament, hitting .538, 3 homers, 6 RBIs. Pops this one up though, just got under it. A little looper. They leave the bases loaded and go to the bottom of the first, as we're going to see Colton Sakaw on the bump here for the visiting Boomerangs, and Ballstein Price leads it off. Sakaw, a little elevated ERA, 5.40 to start the game. Mickelson over to Meter for the first out. That's 6-3 for keeping score at home. 4-seamer, slider, curveball, changeup, and forkball. So the same exact pitch selection in the arsenal. This is in a triangle, almost a Bermuda triangle there. I wasn't sure who was going to catch that. And Rose Bobbert steps in. So same pitch selection from Sakaw as Avelos, just from the southpaw side. And 2-1 now on Bobbert, who's having a decent tournament, I would say. And that's a little looper into right center field and a base hit. And the Feta Fiddlers have a 2-out base runner here, bottom of the first. And Layla Hogan steps up, big power hitting shortstop. Check on the runner. So, in other baseball news, I don't think the Yankees have solidified their lineup yet. Over to Mickelson, out number 3. Don't think they've made a definitive decision on their shortstop yet, which is great. I think they have a big hole in left field and center field. They don't like their third baseman. They got a guy out there who can play multiple positions in DJ LeMahieu, who they don't know what to do with, and their pitching staff is kind of in shambles because there's lots of injuries. And that has been your Yankees Minute with me on Cheese League Baseball. It's going to be a rough April. Just let the young kids play. Dear God, let the young kids play. Let Anthony Volpe be your starting shortstop, as that one is absolutely demolished. Home run. A 2-run jack, 430-foot shot. Buck's third homer, 8th RBI of the tournament. And the Bree Boomerangs take the early 2-0 lead. Buck, actually, we saw him hit 2 home runs in one game, I believe, in one of the games in this series. Over to Hogan. She fires across the diamond to Tapia. That is the first out of the inning. And back to the top of the order, Case and Oldie. As for you Philadelphia Philly fans out there, a very, very big injury happened this week. It's Rhys Hoskins, your starting first baseman, as Oldie goes down on strikes. Hoskins, Jonah Conrad steps up, went to field a little popper behind first base and twisted his knee and tore a complete tour of his ACL, because that's the final out of the inning here. 5, 6, and 7 do up for the Feta Fiddlers. So for Rhys Hoskins, complete tear of his ACL, not good. It's going to need some surgery. He was in a lot of pain, so looking to fill that hole at first base. Don't know what the Phillies are going to do. They have Long Ball Hall, Derek Hall, in the minors. They might call him up, so we'll see what they do to plug that hole at first base, as there's a walk to lead off the inning, and Harlow Cray-Cray steps in. Fiddlers can run quite well, so let's see if they try to make something happen here. As Cray-Cray is having a pretty decent tournament, and just as I predicted, slides in safely. Maybe a good throw would have got her. Who knows? Down on strikes goes Cray-Cray, and that brings up Tapia. Another one of these Fiddler hitters who's having a good tournament. 444 is the average. 2 homers, 3 RBIs. Big looping curve up and high. And now a fastball down low. Right down the middle. 3-1. And what was that? He tried a little pump fake there at second, but they get the out at first. Gertie Carter steps up. So yeah, so the Phillies, that's a tough one. We'll see what happens. In other baseball news, as this one is just a little slow roller to Oldie for the final out of the inning, we go to the top of the third. 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Bree Boomerangs. They lead it 2-0. Freddie Mickelson will step in.
Number 29.
So, and perhaps the biggest baseball news to hit the Geek Cheese universe, which is a shared universe. It is, Geek Cheese universe is part of the Snyderverse, part of the old Star Wars universe when Star Wars wasn't dead. are also part of the Hot Tub Time Machine universe. So if you want to Loogle anything, you can Loogle away. That one has popped up high. It's a deep cut. People might not get that. Can of corn out there for Carter. Out number 2.
The third baseman, number 18.
As Bailey Dakota steps in. There have been reports, and now, as much of the news that I receive nowadays is via Twitter, which, as we all know, is the most reputable source. There have been reports that, as this is grounded to Harris, out number 3, that Super Mega Baseball 4 has been submitted for review and for publish on platforms including Xbox One, Xbox X, Series X, whatever that is, PlayStation 5, Steam, Nintendo Switch. There have been reports that Super Mega Baseball 4 has been submitted to publish to those platforms, meaning we could have a Super Mega Baseball game dropping possibly soon. Now, I guess it's to the ESRB or whatever that is, the rating agency. Boy, she was dead meat. It's got a terrible jump. I think it's the ESRB, whoever the rating agency is. I believe that's where the game was submitted. But I believe it was submitted to whatever comparable ESRB ratings system there is in overseas. I believe in Japan or something. So who knows? Who knows what that means? It's a high fly pop-up right center. Espinoza is there for the second out. And Relau steps in over 1. But nonetheless, that is potentially exciting news. EA has not announced anything because as we know here, EA purchased Metalhead Software. Metalhead Software has not said anything as far as I'm aware. So there haven't been any news announcements. Not that I could see. So it's nonetheless exciting news. I'm gonna Loogle it right now.
The right fielder, number 33.
And see what comes up. Pop fly to Hogan, out number 1.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 41.
Apparently, there is reports that new Super Mega Baseball is coming in spring 2023. Oh, damn. They did push something out. Oh, last year they pushed something out. They said that there's new Super Mega Baseball coming. I don't know. Apparently, I liked it. I liked the tweet, so I forgot about it. But they said next spring, so it should be coming soon. As soon as that mofo drops, you better believe it that we're going to be all over it here at Geek Cheese, and I'm going to be playing the heck out of that game. I have like 900 hours in this game. It's some ridiculous amount of time. That's a rip. That is a one-hopper off the wall. 2-bagger here to lead off the bottom of the 4th for the Feta Fiddlers. And that brings up Layla Hogan. And indeed, Parrot, it is indeed awesome. Super Mega Baseball. If they add... I'm going to speculate right now. I'm going to go into speculation mode. If Super Mega Baseball 3, if the geniuses at Metalhead Software, as this is a roller to Mickelson for out number 1, if they added some additional stat tracking on the season mode like there is in the franchise mode, and if they add the ability to trade players, that would blow my mind, and this would go down. It would beat out Super Mega Baseball 3 for the best baseball game ever made. Just those two little tweaks, I would be elated. This game could be all spreadsheets and you'd love it. No playing, just stats. This is very true. Okay, there is a game like that actually. There is a game. It's called oh my god, what is it called? What is it? What is that baseball game called? There's a game where it's literally it is just spreadsheets, and you take control of a baseball franchise, and you're pretty much just spreadsheets. You run their whole system. You run their minor league system. You do trades. You run the whole team, and it is pretty much just spreadsheets. It's not fantasy hockey manager, something baseball manager, fantasy baseball manager, I guess. I think that's what it's called. Out of the Park Baseball. Boom. That's what it is. Out of the Park Baseball is literally just spreadsheets. It's a beautiful game, as that's a base hit into left field to start off the fifth. It's a beautiful game. You need to take a college course to pretty much learn that game. They actually have tutorial videos, and it's like a 5 to 6 hour series of videos to go through to learn the ins and outs, because you can tweak it. You can tweak the settings. That's a knock down the left field line, and digging for third, sliding in safely. So runners on the corners here for the Bree Boomerangs in the top of the fifth. But that game, Out of the Park Baseball, is amazing. I highly encourage anyone out there who's interested or is listening to this to go watch Foolish Baseball on YouTube, or Foolish Bailey, who posts those videos. He started out his YouTube career as a Out of the Park Baseball player. He has some great tutorial videos out there, and he does some playthroughs. And Foolish Baseball, just check out his videos in general. He does deep dives on stats. He's hilarious. Yeah, highly suggest checking out Foolish Baseball and Bailey. All right, let's take a look at this game. We got Freddie Mickelson up. We got the base juiced, and that is a jack into the deepest part of the ballpark. One run comes home. Here comes the second run. Are they going to send the third? Yes, they are. It is a bases clearing double for Freddie Mickelson, and that opens this game up 5-0 now. The Bree Boomerangs leading it over the Fiddlers. Oh, I believe Para in the chat is a Fiddlers fan, so this is not looking good. That's a base hit up the middle. They send Mickelson. They do. He runs quite well. Play at the plate. He's safe. 6-0. The Bree Boomerangs lead it over the Feta Fiddlers, and that's going to chase Avelos from this game. Told you, as soon as I picked them, they were doomed. This is true. You're cursed in that way. That is a good dig by West to dig that poor throw out of the dirt and stick with it. So that's the 5-4-3 double play, and that brings up Espinosa. A roller, Harris across the diamond, out number 3, but not before the damage is done. 4 runs here at top of the fifth. Boomerangs leading it big as the Fiddlers and Messiah Tapia steps to the plate. Comfortable lead here, a very comfortable lead for Sakaw, who is 63 pitches now in the 5th inning and looking locked in. And down on strikes goes Tapia. Gertie Carter steps in, 0 for 1. There's a strike. And there's a ball. 3-1 to Carter. Alright, Para's got his PC up and running here. So much better than typing on my phone, much faster. I am excited for get your game PC up and running. You will be seeing on Geek Cheese some Para and Greg streams soon. Some Joey and Greg streams. Probably even, I don't know, just us shooting the shit or just talking some nonsense. What we really should do is we should just go and do a deep dive on So we got 2 outs here. Runner on first. We should really just do a deep dive on cryptozoology one day and just stream it. And just stream us talking about cryptozoology. We could do a video essay on the thylacine.
Number 41.
As I think we both have Google Alerts set up for thylacine news. Yes, he says. Roller to West, out number 1. Top of the 6th here, folks. 6-0. The Bree Boomerangs still lead it. Ben Buck steps in. He has a homer today. Talk to that creature preacher guy and get some dirt. Yes. So this is how this is what YouTube is for me, pretty much. My videos, I think I've kind of broken the internet at this point. As that's a pop up to center field. Actually, Hogan's gonna catch that. It's out number 2, and Meter steps in with 2 outs. Top of the 6th. So I think I've broken the algorithm because my deep in the hole Hogan fires out number 3. My YouTube is pretty much just cryptozoology news and, like, I don't know, random dog videos and stuff. It's very, very limited. The amount of videos that get suggested to me are very, very limited at this point. But I was watching a video the one day on cryptids in Australia, and it was kind of fascinating. I didn't finish the whole thing, but it's pretty interesting, the types of cryptids that they have out there, and I think some of it's the Aborigines and some lore from them. It was pretty neat. So I think I've broken that. Facebook for sure is just doesn't know what to do with me, because I think I've blocked so many people on Facebook and have just unfollowed or just keep constantly, like, I don't want to delete somebody because I feel bad, so I just constantly just like mute people for, like, oh, you're gonna post something political, so I'm gonna mute you for another 30 days. So I keep snoozing and muting people for 30 days. That it has no clue what to do with me at this point. So Facebook is literally just ads. I get no posts from anybody. It's just, I just scroll through and just see ads. Down on strike she goes. Alfredo West steps in. Even if Kelly, like, tags me in something, I don't see it half the time because it's just ads. I also manage like 3 or 4 other Facebooks for clients, so that also gets in the way, so that could have something to do with it. But so we got 2 outs here, bottom of the 6th, and West is walked. Westward ho as Carlo Cray steps in. 95th pitch coming here from Sakaw. You can see his meters. He's definitely getting a little tired out there, straining a bit, but still looks locked in. Definitely losing some of that accuracy. There's a big curveball. 2-2, 2 on, 2 outs. Grounder 2 meter, and out number 3. Top of the 7th and top of the order due up for the Bree Boomerangs.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 4.
William Regulation, we saw him in the pitching change. He's back out on the bump for the Feta Fiddlers. He's had a pretty good tournament thus far. 0.96 ERA for him out of the pen. West fields and fires for the out. Jonah Conrad steps in. He's over 2 with a walk. We will get to the Kraken game and the Kraken game breakdown because I'm very eager to talk about that. And look at the stat lines. That one is jacked high and far, but just warning track power. Little WTP. How do you look at the game log? Why doesn't this app work sometimes? I just want to know what was going on in this game. Oh, here we go. Scoring summary. Oh, you gotta do it a different way. The NHL app is a little confusing sometimes. That was a very quick 7th inning stretch, but we get to it. Tapia in the box for the Feta Fiddlers. They're still trailing 6-0. Sackhaw still out in the mound. Over 100 pitches now, and he's flashing the red. Tapia, yeah, he gave up a base hit right there. Oh, that actually gets by Espinoza. Tapia's going for 2. Does he go for 3? No, he's going to park it right there. So leadoff double here in the bottom of the 7th, and we're going to have a pitching change for the Boomerangs. They're going to put in Lando Browline, the southpaw out of their bullpen, facing Gertie Carter, the lefty, so it goes lefty on lefty matchup. And I think that was a curveball, kind of got away from him. And that ducks into center field. Buck fires home, play at the plate. Let's see what happens. Safe and good heads-up base running to get to second. So the Fiddlers get on the board. 6-1 now with no outs. Runner on second here in the bottom of the 7th. Over to Meter. She is going to win the foot race here. That's out number 1, but the run does move over. The runner moves over to third and brings up top of the order Ballstein Price to face Browline here with 1 out. Runner on third. And that one is jacked, and it's just foul. Fouled away. I'm going to pick my brain about creating a brand. Absolutely. It's in the noggin. It's there. That one is jacked again, but foul. Almost a repeat. So just kind of turned on that one a little bit. A little too early. 2-2. And a little late on that. So does he go with the curveball? No, goes with the fastball. Now does he go with the curveball? Yep. And a base hit up the middle. So that run scores 6-2 now. Ballstein Price with a RBI base hit as Emery Lau steps up. This could be the inning-ending double play, and it is 6-4-3. Bada bing, bada boom. They get 2 runs, though. It's the heart of the order, though, due up for the Bashers here. The Bree Bashers, we should be calling them. 6-2, they're leading. Dirk Davila up to the plate. Regulation back on the bump. That one is jacked high and far and gone. A 429-foot shot. That's 42.9 manatees. Davila's 3rd home run, 9th RBI of the tournament. And the Boomerangs extend their lead. All right, as preseason is now underway, do you have any preliminary predictions for this year's MLB? Who's going to be good? Interesting. So, I have theories. Let me pull up some MLB stuff.
The right fielder, number 33.
All right, Espinosa in, runner on first. We have no outs. Top of the 8th. That one is hit very hard. Right at Cray Cray. Little drop step, a couple steps back, and she's able to get that one. So I have some predictions. Some of my predictions are based on some things that I've heard on other podcasts and other broadcasts. Shout out to John Boy and John Boy Media and Talking Baseball. They are great. I turn to them for a lot of baseball news. The 3-6-3 double play. I always like turning those when I was a first baseman. Makes you feel extra accomplished, like you did 2 things at once. I heard some disturbing things about the Tampa Bay Rays bullpen, or pitching staff, just in general, as that's a base hit up the middle. I heard that the Tampa Bay Rays pitching staff last year did not, or no. I'm sorry. It's projected. It's projected. The Tampa Bay Rays pitching staff is projected to not have any pitcher on their whole entire pitching staff with an ERA above a 3 point something. As Oldie goes the wow. Okay, Oldie, that was good. He saw that he had time, and that was a good turn. Nice little 4-6-3 double play to turn that. That was actually really nice. So that's kind of scary. So no pitcher with above a 3 ERA is just bananas. That's a projection, but still bananas. And somehow the Tampa Bay Rays always find a way to win. They're always good. As West goes down on strikes. So they scare me. We're talking AL East now, so they kind of scare me. The Boston Red Sox, I think, are going to have a rough year. And Taverna's coming in relief of regulation. Here in the top of the ninth, folks. I think the Boston Red Sox are going to have a down year just because they're kind of in a rebuilding phase. As Harris dives, fires, but no chance to get him. Baltimore Orioles seem to always be in a perpetual rebuilding phase, although they have a lot of young talent. So that's going to be interesting. With the top of the AL East, I like the Yankees. I do. Obviously, I'm a Yankees fan. The Toronto Blue Jays scare me a little bit because their lineup, but their lineup didn't do much last year, so I don't know what that's going to do. I just kind of think it's going to be between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Yankees for the top in that division. So we'll see. In the AL Central is always an enigma to me because I never really know. That one's ripped on a line. Carter gets it out number 1, and the runners stay put as Jonah Conrad steps in. With 2 on, 1 out, top of the 9th. So, AL Central, I'm kind of thinking probably the Guardians are probably going to... Okay, that's tanked. That's gone. This team is just... This is unfair how... It's just a power bat team. Just a power bat team. 433-foot jack. Conrad's second home run, 6th RBI of the tournament. 10-2. It's a blowout, folks. In steps Mickelson. So the Guardians are probably going to win it just because they have a little bit better of a pitching staff, a little bit better of it's a hit parade. I don't know what to say here. This is just, I can't even finish the thought. It's just a hit parade. The Tigers, a lot of people are like seeing the Tigers' young talent that they got. They got Torkelson up, and I don't know. I just don't think the Tigers are there. The Royals could be an interesting pick. They could be something to watch out for. Possibly the Twins. Don't sleep on the Twins. They did re-sign Correa because nobody wanted to touch him with his weird injury that he had that I think he covered up. So it could be really, it's probably in the Central, it's probably be between the Twins and Espinosa comes in. Probably between the Twins and the Guardians. AL West, honestly, just Houston Astros. Houston Astros are just the team to beat out in the AL West. They just produce good talent. Texas did sign... oh my God, what the heck's the pitcher from the Mets? They signed a big pitcher from the Mets. I forget his name. Jesus, I can't believe I'm blanking on it. I say Noah Syndergaard, but that's not it. That's like from the Mets like years ago. Regardless, Texas could have some potential to be a pain or a thorn in the side of the Astros. I would say I would put the Seattle Mariners right there too. I think they'll be a thorn in the Astros side, but I think the Astros are ultimately going to take it in the AL West. Now in the NL West, it's going to be really a toss-up between the Dodgers and if the San Diego Padres can get everything to click together, because they've spent a lot of money in the offseason. They just spent a lot of money in general. And like I said, it's a hit parade, folks. Here's a 2 RBI single to make the game a 12-2 game. And they're 10-run
The
them.
center fielder, number
As
21.
Ben Buck steps in. So the Padres spent a lot of money on a lot of big players. I mean, God, they have Juan Soto, they have Manny Machado, they have Yu Darvish, they have, I mean, anybody you name it. You name it, they have them. So that team is just stacked. And if everything clicks, for whatever reason, nothing has clicked yet for the San Diego Padres with all this talent. But, you know, if it does, and that's first out of the inning. If it does, there'll be a team to be feared, but I kind of think the Dodgers might end up taking it as Concentrado comes in. For the NL Central, I'm not really big on the NL Central. I like the Milwaukee Brewers. For some reason, I just kind of feel like they have a good core there to work with. And a lot of people picked them to be good last year, but they just kind of didn't materialize, and this might be their year. So I like the Brewers. Probably going to end up being the Cardinals in first in that division. But I do like the Brewers. Don't sleep on the Brewers. I'll say that. And that one is jacked high and far and gone. Where's that going to end up? Thought that was getting second deck power. But nonetheless, a 428-foot jack. Gertie Carter, second homer, fourth RBI of the tournament. 12-4 now. So a lot happens here, folks, as Everly Harris steps in. A lot happens with one out. They still have quite the deficit. Ooh, that's a nice little base hit down the left field line. A two-bagger for sure as Conrad fields it out the corner. And we got some things happening here for the Fiddlers. I'm trying to think of like what else. Who else really impresses me? I really wish the Oakland A's had a good season, like could string together an amazing season. Meter flips to Concentrado. That's out number 2. So the Fiddlers are down to their final out here, folks. Let's see. San Francisco Giants also come out of nowhere. But we're talking NL Central. Fair ball down the right field line. Hugs that line. 12-5 now. A lot happens with 2. The Fiddlers threatening. And then I'm still probably going to stick with the Cardinals, though. Cardinals or the Brewers. I'm going to say the Brewers. Hell with it. I'm going to say the Brewers because I believe in them. Ball gets away from Davila. The runner advances. So the Cardinals have an amazing record in spring training, but spring training doesn't really mean anything. In the NL East, as down on strikes she goes, and this is the end of the game, folks. The NL East is interesting. You have the Mets, who have spent a lot of money as well. So the Mets have a lot of money tied up. And you have the defending NL champs, the Philadelphia Phillies. And you also have the Braves. You also have the Marlins, who somehow always have a great pitching staff. Somehow they develop good pitching. So I'm probably going to go with the Phillies in the East. I think they have enough pieces there. They have Trey Turner. Dear God, they have Trey Turner. They figure out that first base slot, get Bryce Harper back in the mix halfway through the year. Maybe pick up a pitcher along the line, trade off some of your prospects. I think the Phillies could make a really big run. They could be a really good team, and the Mets, Braves are probably going to be right there with them too. So it really is a toss-up. I don't think the Mets. Everybody always picks the Mets every year because all the money they spent and everything. I just don't believe in the Mets for whatever reason. So I'm going Phillies. They're going to lead it. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. I'm thinking probably the wild cards too. You know, I put if the Brewers don't win the division, I put them in the wild card running. I put the Padres, if they don't win the division, in the wild card running. I'd throw the Blue Jays up there. I'd throw the Braves up there. So it's Yeah, it's gonna be a good baseball season, folks. Got beat by a curved piece of wood that always returns home. Yes, the Boomerangs win over those damn crustaceans. Boomerangs win big, 12-5, 12-13-0 to 5-9-0. Big bats here, except for Dakota and Espinoza, who went 0 for. Although they did have Dakota did walk twice. That'll increase your on base percentage. Big home runs. Davila, of course, with the 2-run shots. Conrad with lots of home runs, RBIs, and stuff as well. Fiddlers, they battled back. Give them credit, but a lot of offers here, especially in the heart of their lineup, where you don't want that. Bobbert had a good game, but the heart of your order, you don't want to see offers right there. That's not good. Sakaw gets the win. Avalos gets the loss. And there are your top three. Carter, Davila, and Mickelson in the top three. So with that win, you're damn right you're going to watch the Phillies. I'm probably going to watch the Phillies. I'm excited about this Phillies ball club. They have Trey Turner. I mean, they signed Trey Turner. They have the best catcher in possibly in baseball right now, honestly. And they probably have the best catcher in baseball. So, yeah. The Phillies, then get Bryce Harper back. Phillies are going to be fun. So with that win, the Bree Boomerangs take the series lead 3-0 over top of the Feta Fiddlers. One more win and they will advance to the championship game. Let's take a look now at the Mozzarella Maneaters versus the Asiago Aeroplanes. This is actually the battle of the small ballparks, because we're going from the Tiger Den, which is a Cracker Jack box, to Big Sky, where the ball flies out of Big Sky Ballpark too. So, yeah, we'll see what happens in this game, folks. There are the starting lineups for the visiting Mozzarella Maneaters and the home Asiago Aeroplanes. Tyrone Estes on the bump for the home team as Buddy Greenman steps in. Estes 1.38 ERA, and that one sneaks through the left side for the first base hit of the afternoon.
The center fielder, number 20.
You'll take the Maneaters, reverse psychology maybe. Okay. But the Maneaters have Spud Pepperonis. Do you mean you're gonna root for the Aeroplanes? So Spud makes it to the championship. Aria Bell hits that one into the right center gap. Is that gonna get all the way to the wall? Yes, it does. One run comes home. Bell is digging for third, and she has an RBI triple. 1-0 Maneaters.
The right fielder, number 10.
Who can say? Maneaters take the early lead. See the Maneaters fans sporting their blood red shirts. The Maneater blood red shirts in the crowd. And the Aeroplanes fans sporting their cloud blue shirts. Andrew Kerr steps in now with one out, runner on third. Kerr's having a great tourney. The shortstop today for the Maneaters. And just past the diving McIntyre into center field, 2-0. The Maneaters lead over the Aeroplanes. Travis Valencia up now. Follow us on TikTok, by the way, at Geek_cheese. Hashtag follow us on TikTok. Foul ball, 1-2 count on Valencia, and that one's fouled away. Oh my god, I just saw something amazing. If they add, holy cow, if they add a ballpark creator in Super Mega Baseball 4, I will not be able to sleep. Double play to end the inning. The Maneaters rather get 2 runs in the top of the first, and we go to the bottom half of the frame. Alvarez on the bump here for the Maneaters, the lefty, facing off against Mattingly. I signed up just before it got banned. I know, it's my luck. That is high fly ball and gone into... Holy shit. You see where that went? That went into the second deck up there. 419-foot jack. Absolute tank of a homer. Mattingly's third homer, 8th RBI of the tournament. That puts the Aeroplanes on the board. Holy cow. I've never seen a ball hit up there. So Sherry Droop comes in now. The Aeroplanes cut the lead in half. Never enough manatees alive to measure these homers. In fact, we somehow made them more endangered just by talking about them. Like the most delicate creatures. The create your own ballpark feature is in the show games, I believe. McIntyre looks at a strike. Yeah, that's a foul ball. Full count. And full count again, we reset. Believe it's in the show games, and McIntyre walks. So that would be great. It'd be amazing if we were able to build our own ballparks here in Super Mega Baseball 4. That would be bananas. Ooh, that one's off Greenman's glove. And everyone is safe. That brings up Hardcore. Hardcore RBI dud activated. And again, past the diving Greenman. Runners stay put. Full of Aeroplanes for Jared Bugby. So if that homer was 419 foot and it was in, again, I said this is a small ballpark. As past the diving third baseman, one run comes home, they're going to hold the runner at third. And it's a tie ball game here in the bottom of the first. Alvarez looking tense out there on the mound already. Accuracy in the red, but gets Kobe Frown to swing at that one. 2-1. So if that Mattingly home run was 419 foot and is in the second deck, ooh, Jock almost got a double play there. Now 2 outs as Donna Francis steps in. That could mean that I think Miguel Russell hit a 466-foot homer, so that probably would have left Big Sky Ballpark. That's crazy. Yeah, Rhys Hoskins is out for the season. And they walk a run home. 3-2, they take the lead. Hoskins is out, torn ACL. He's just going back on kind of like a little lazy pop-up behind him on the other day. I think it was just Wednesday or Thursday. And into left center, 1 run comes home. Here comes 2, and boy, the Aeroplanes are just all over Avelos. She's probably going to get chased from the game at this point. No, she's rattled, looking rattled out in the mound. Yeah, he just went down, and that's a base hit up the middle. Runners coming home, safe. 6-2, they take the lead. And Alvarez still out there, battling away, looking rattled. Sherry Droop up. They've batted around the order now. And this inning is just going to continue. Run comes home, 7-2 ball game as the runner advances to third as well. So on the corners for McIntyre. And the Maneaters are just looking for that final out. They get it. They get 7 runs in the bottom of the first. We go to the top half of the second.
Number 27.
And this is going to be a big hit game, folks, I think. It's going to be a bullpen game, I think. That's what it's going to be. These hitters are going to get after the starters real quick. As Carlisle Hardcore is playing first base today. I didn't realize that.
Number 30.
Yeah, he, like I said, Hoskins just kind of went back on what looked like a lazy pop-up, and it honestly didn't look like he made a weird step or anything. It didn't look like he, it didn't look like he even, like, made a turn, like, did, like, a weird turn to go field the ball or anything like that. He just came up lame and just went down,
Number 19.
and he just knew it right there, and it's major. It's a major injury. Now, that being said, if you want the cynical viewpoint, as that's a base hit in the left field, Rhys Hoskins is not the greatest fielding first baseman, so whoever you put there will be a better fielding first baseman for the Phillies, so that's a possible upside. Hoskins' glove was especially rough in the playoffs last year, in the series too, in the World Series. So he had a couple of plays that were like that he should have made. So that's something to consider. I mean, there might be a silver lining there for Philly fans. If they can bring up Hall, or if they bring up Hall, or they, you know, make a move, they bring in somebody else, it could be an upgrade. And long ball Hall, Derek Hall, he's loved at the AAA level, that's for sure. As that one is line to Russell for the final out. They call him long ball Hall for a reason. So can he produce at the this level? We just don't know yet. Ooh, man, that was a hard hit ball, but an out. And in steps Hardcore. Actually makes me wonder. Now I'm gonna look up the Phillies stats. Why can't I look anything up, MLB? Why do you insist on making life hard for everyone? I just want to look up the Philadelphia Phillies freaking stats for this sometimes the MLB app just makes life so freaking difficult. It's a base hit up the middle. Oh, alright. Okay. I got nothing that I... Everything I'm looking up is like... This is nothing what I want. Stats. Thank you. Thank you. What is Derek Hall doing in spring training? Okay. This is all I want to know. And I missed like a half inning to go through this. For God's sakes. Derek Hall. Okay, Hall's actually a lot older than I thought he was. He's 27. So, Derek Hall in spring training, 51 at-bats, batting .294, 5 homers, 11 RBIs, a 1.027 OPS. That's not too bad. This could be two McIntyre to Mattingly and to Hardcore for the 4-6-3 double play. Last year, it looks like in 100... No, that's not a good representation. Let's take a look at his minor stats. So, last year, that's a base hit in the left field. Now we're just doing a deep dive on random minor league players. That's what this stream has come to. Yeah. Okay, he had 394 at bats last year in AAA. easy can of corn pop up there for Bugby, out number 3. So he had 394 at-bats in AAA last year, and his average was, why don't they show it? Okay, maybe he's not the solution. I don't know. He hit 254 at AAA. What was his OPS? 358 OPS. How many walks did he have? 42 walks, new strikeouts, 100 strikeouts. All right, well, Hall might be a temporary solution until the Phillies can figure something out. It's the difference between AAA pitching and Major League pitching is, honestly, it can be unfair sometimes for guys trying to make it to the show. It just looks different. As Patrick pops that one up to center field, that is out number 2. So a guy like Hall, who might be hitting 254 with some homers and some RBIs and walks and everything up down at AAA, AAA Lehigh Valley, he, you know, once you get up to the majors, how did those numbers translate? Probably not well, as Griffith fields and takes it himself for the final out. 7-2. The Aeroplanes winning this game go to the top of the 4th. So we shall see what the Phillies do. But then again, you know, guys adjust. You make adjustments. And then you just see what happens. That's hit. One hops the big wall. And just like the Tiger Den, this is such a small ballpark that it's that one hopper there held him to a single. Very, very good speed. And on first base, and that pitch out there indicates that they maybe thought there's going to be a stolen bag attempt there. Popped up to Patrick for the first out. So the new rules in baseball, as Spud Pepperoni steps in, 1 for 1, having a heck of a tournament. Go Spud. As with the new rules in baseball, I'm excited to see them. I'm excited for them to kind of improve some elements of the game. The one thing that is interesting is that the quality of baseball in the World Baseball Classic was so good. The games were so well played. They were exciting. There was intensity to them. Honestly, a 3-4 hour game felt like nothing. I don't even know if there was a 4-hour game, but it just kind of like the time just went by. For whatever reason, too, it felt like the commercial breaks were actually shorter. So that was interesting, too. Nice little sliding catch there by Jared Bugby. Have yourself a game. 2, 3, and 4 due out for the home team Aeroplanes in the bottom half of the frame. So I honestly didn't think about the new rules, and obviously the 2022 rules were in place for the World Baseball Classic, so not the new rules. So yeah, but that actually made me think with the haters of the new rules, with the old guard of baseball, say, see, look at baseball doesn't need to be changed. We played it in the World Baseball Classic under the old rules, the way the game has always been, and it was exciting and people enjoyed it and it broke records in terms of viewership. I think 94% of Japanese households watched the final game, Japan versus the U.S. So that's something amazing. So yeah, it kind of actually worried me as Alvarez leaves the game, and we got Keith Dude in now. I was wondering when they were going to pull her. So it did make me worry that we were going to start to see some people saying, oh, well, see, the quality of baseball is good. With the old rules, we don't need to change the game, yada, yada, yada. But I do think the new rules in baseball will improve the game. They have improved. The spring training games that I've watched have been fun. People are getting used to the pitch clock. They've already made adjustments. It's going to be a good year. I think it's going to be a good year for baseball. As Hardcore hits a base knock into right field, that'll get that runner to third. And the aeroplanes again.
Right fielder.
Got the pepperonis in the chat. The pepperoni crosses for Spud Pepperonis. As was a catch by Jared Bugby. Woo. And that's who hits a base hit into right field, into the corner. Wallace throws to the cutoff. That's exactly what you do. Good dig there. It's a double, an RBI double. And dude is gone. Nola Dixon comes in. So RBI double, 8-2 now. The aeroplanes over the Maneaters. And like I said, it's a bullpen game here, and we're going to see a lot of pitchers. Breaks his bat. He's pretty upset, but it doesn't matter. You still got the 8-2 lead. Just calm down. It's only a game, and it's actually not even real. Buddy Greenman steps in. Top of the order for the Maneaters, looking to get something going against Tyrone Estes. And that won't do it. That's a low liner. And Ari Bell steps in. All right, so let's take a look at this hockey game that we heard about at the top of the broadcast. The Kraken versus the Predators. I forgot that they played the Predators 2 days in a row. Can we first talk about the Predators? Nashville Predators, what are you doing? All right, you know what? I don't like doing this. I don't like doing this at all, but Nashville Predators, what are you doing? Your logo, your branding, everything about it, your mustard color uniforms are absolutely terrible. What is going on? What is going on? I understand the Predators, understand the reason why you're named the Predators and why your logo is a saber-toothed cat. I get it. I understand the history behind that. It's pretty neat, but your logo, to me, all I see to me is like a weird beaver or a woodchuck or something like that. Like, it just looks weird to me. I don't know why. I don't see a saber-toothed cat. I never did. I always thought the logo looked really stupid. The striping in the logo looks really stupid. The colors are terrible. And then you slap that stupid logo, that terrible looking logo, on a mustard colored jersey that looks awful. It looks awful. What are you doing? Just get better branding. Oh my god. Their other brands are just terrible. Their other alternate logos are terrible. They honestly look like something that a kid did in like class in like first year of college graphic design class, and like that he also drew it with crayons. They look terrible. I think at one point they had a saber-toothed cat skull as their logo, something like that. I think that was one iteration of it. That looked baller. That looked amazing. But just do something better. There are so many better ways that you can show the saber-toothed cat, and it just needs to be better. The Predators logo, Predators colors, it absolutely sucks. It's terrible. Just get better. Just get better. It does look like vomit on skates. Mattingly leaps, tries to double him up. That was my rant for today. It looks bad. It's just watching them on the ice was terrible. Clip that, just made a TikTok. It looks bad. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, forgot the Kraken played the Predators again. All right, so we had Daniel Sprong with the first goal of the evening. First off, the Kraken won 7-2. Nice. After the devastating and pathetic loss to the Predators, the first game. Boy, that one stink on ice. Daniel Sprong with the first goal. Wrist shot, nice. Tolvanen with the second goal. 17:37 in the first, nice. Ooh, it was a power play goal too. That's very good. Power play goals, we are notoriously terrible. We just give up power play goals. As Valencia walks. You got a goal from the other guys, whatever. Tolvanen again, making it 3-1 in the second. Nice little wrister. That is a high fly pop-up into center field. Frown is there, out number 3, going to the bottom half of the 5th. Let's recap some more of this Kraken game. And then they come within a goal in the second period with the Predators did with a little tip-in shot. That kind of sucks. Oh no, I'm sorry. That was in the third. Ooh, a lot of goal scoring happened in the third. Ooh. Larson with a goal. I like Larson. And that is a walk. As I think Nixon's still out there in the mound, right? She walks. Dixon, rather, yes. And Butters Patrick comes up. So good speed on the base pass here again for the Aeroplanes. They lead it 8-2. I like Adam Larson, guys and gals listening to this. I absolutely like Adam Larson. Slow roller, Greenman flips, and they get the double play. Brings up Mattingly, who homered into the second deck. His last time up, or one of his last times up. That one ducks in front of Wallace, and that is another base hit here for the Aeroplanes as Sherry Droop steps up. Lefty on lefty matchup here. Maddie Beniers scored the 5th goal for the Krakens. Or Rister as well. Ooh, a hot shot down to Griffith. He's there at number 3. 7, 8, 9, bottom third of the lineup due up here for the Mozzarella Maneaters. Just can't get it. Really can't get anything together. Can't string any hits together today. That one's into that Bermuda Triangle I talked about earlier. Bugby gets it out number 1. And in steps Spud. Jared McCann with a goal. Made it 6-2, and then the final goal goes to Bjorkstrand. The 7-2 batted goal. I like the way they say how the shots were batted. I like that.
Now batting, the left
A
fielder,
snapshot goal.
number 53.
Oh no. I'm being invaded. What? Come on in. What happened?
That's down.
What? What? I'm being invaded. I don't know. My wife is laughing. I don't know what the hell she's saying.
Number 2, now pitching, number 44.
What the hell are you doing?
Nope, high.
My wife has lost her mind. She's playing with IG filters? She's playing with IG filters, and she has like a bob haircut.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 20.
She has like a weird bob haircut, and she thinks it's the funniest thing ever. She's actually crying. My other dog is going nuts. It's pandemonium. There's the third out. Finally. You do look like you do look like a weird agent.
The second baseman,
Look like a secret agent. Make it your new Facebook pic. That's what it. Where's the girl dog? Where'd she go? Look at this. What's happening? What the hell just happened? Some IG filter? I don't know. She had it was like an IG filter with like she had sunglasses on and like a blonde bob wig, and it did kind of look like she was like an undercover agent in the CIA. Like it made her look like that, but she thought it was the funniest thing in the whole entire world that she had to just barge in here and just laugh a lot about it as that Russell goes down and strikes and in steps Hardcore. That was. So this is a wonky one here, folks. Dixon is out. Grant is in. And a grounder to Greenman. Out number 2. Runner advances to third. As Bugby steps in. 3 for 3. Double 2 singles for Bugby. Have yourself a day, Jared Bugby. Looking locked in at the plate. Who's not locked in is Grant, but he can get out of this. Kerr dives for some reason, and it gets off his glove. 9-2 now. That run comes home. Mojo goes down. as Kobe Frown steps in for Nicholas Grant. Looking tense now, too. He started this outing with an over 8 ERA, so it's kind of rough. 1-2 is the count on him. And Frown looks at the ball outside. Down on strikes he goes. So I will say one thing. The Mozzarella Man-Eaters have kind of held it down a little bit. That big 7-run, take that big 7-run bottom of the first out of this, and it would just be a tie ball game. So the bullpen's doing an okay job as we have Collins Turnip in now. We've seen her quite a bit out of the Asiago bullpen. Andrew Kerr steps in. I don't know what she's doing. It might be her new Facebook picture. She thought it was the funniest thing ever. I'm terrible at that stuff. I don't have Instagram. I used to have Instagram back when all you did was add a filter, and that's what Instagram was. But now Instagram is kind of like TikTok, I guess. So I don't mess with it anymore. I don't know. I try not to mess with as much social media anymore, especially because I work on it and like that's part of my job. So I kind of just don't want to do it in my free time either. But what can you do? Sometimes it is honestly the only way to find out about things, especially in my job where I need to learn like what we're doing. If I don't follow our place on social media. Snow cone there. Wow, beautiful snow cone diving catch by Trey Mattingly to get the final out of the inning. So if I don't, follow work on social media, sometimes I'm like, are we sharing this stuff? What are we doing? And then I'll have to go on and look, get through all the ads, and then see if I can find the posts. Butters Patrick looks rattled at the plate. I don't know why. Did I miss something? Maybe he's just struggling mightily. He might be actually 0 for his last forever. 3 for 4, home run, 2 singles, 2 RBIs for Trey Mattingly. Having a great game. Fouled away. And 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch again from Grant and fouled away. This is a good at-bat here for Mattingly. And Grant wins that battle as he gets him to pop up to right field for the final out. Top of the 8th we go, folks. 9-2. The Aeroplanes still lead it. 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Mozzarella Man-Eaters. Let's see if they can get something going here. Instead, it's just a ground out. This Asiago starting staff and bullpen has really kind of kept this team at bay. These bats have been super, super hot, too. I mean, Mozzarella came in with a 2-0 lead in the series thus far. And also, I think they blew out the teams quite a bit. Gotta stop mentioning teams altogether. Yeah. That bad luck can't wear off. That bad luck has to stop though with the Kraken. We have a good team. We have a good. It's a liner to McIntyre. I think Turnip's going to be pulled here as Pepperoni steps in. Yeah, here it is. Duarte comes in out of the bullpen. Yes, the Kraken are definitely your redemption. They have to be. They have to be, and we have to do better. We're such a good team. If we can just get our defense needs to have a little better communication, and our goaltending needs to be a little more present. Except for Dunn. Now Dunn is actually, he's kind of surprised me this year. He's been such a solid defender, and he scored a lot of goals too. But I think sometimes our goaltending is just not, they're just not present. It's almost like they just have an out-of-body experience. And during the shootout, which I think was the first game with the Nashville Predators, the shootout, watching Decord, the first goal that was scored, it was just like, Decord, what are you doing? He was so far out of the blue, so far out of the paint, and he was just so fooled by every move that guy made. And when it went through the 5-hole, he just kind of looked defeated, and it was like, dude, what were you doing? Like, it was such a weird, oh man, that was such a painful moment to watch that. 2 on now, nobody out, with Miguel Russell up. And it's a ball inside 2-2. Quentin Jock to Greeman to Griffith around the horn for the 5-4-3 double play. The runner does advance to third, but nonetheless 2 outs now with Hardcore up and a runner on third. And that is a nice sliding catch by Kenneth Connor to end the inning. Top of the 9th, though, we go the Asiago Aeroplanes leading 9-2. They're trying to close it out and win the first game of this series. And McKenna Howell comes in, defensive replacement at first base. And a quick 1 pitch, 1 out. Harris says, it boggles the mind why we didn't play someone more seasoned for that game. Haxtell is a bold MFer. Yes. Haxtell just sticks with his guns sometimes. Sometimes to the team's detriment. But, ooh, a nice little base hit down into the left field corner. And, yeah, no opportunity to get 2 bases out of that. This field is just too small. And that brings up Aria Bell. A triple, a single, a walk, an RBI for her with a runner on first. And that one just gets foul. Almost hits the umpire. That one is tanked out of the stadium, but foul. 0-2. Tried to get her to chase. 1-2. I don't know why the Kraken make some of the moves that they do. It would have been interesting to see Jones in the net for that shootout. Ooh, strike 3. I thought that was a little high and outside for that robot ump, but called strike 3. That'd be interesting in Super Mega Baseball 4 too, if they gave you the box to see actually where the calls were. Because I do think some of the umpires in this game have like different strike zones, which might just be a fake theory, but it seems that way. It's interesting. All right, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Last chance here for the Maneaters, and Wallace swings through it. Out number 3. Asiago Aeroplanes win this game, and they get a game back on the Maneaters in this series. Let's take a look at the lines here. 2-11-0 for the Maneaters, 9-14-0 for the Asiago Aeroplanes. Lots of hits throughout this one, folks. Lots and lots of hits, but the Maneaters just couldn't put things together. They really couldn't string a lot of hits together. Top of the order, 1 through 4, really hitting quite well. Big offer there from Wallace, unfortunately. But they were, hitting quite well. They just couldn't kind of string things together. That middle of the lineup just kind of failed them. The Airplane side, just hits all throughout. Bugby had a great game, 4 for 4, 3 RBIs. We're going to see him at the top. Just a good game all around. Alvarez gets the loss on the Maneater side. They probably kept her in a little too long, is what I'm going to say. And then on the Asiago Aeroplane side, Estes gets the win. Bugby, Mattingly, and Aria Bell get the top 3 nods here. And that is how that game ends here, folks. So, this is what we got. We got 3-0. The Bree Boomerangs lead over the Feta Fiddlers. And now 2-1. The Mozzarella Maneaters lead over the Asiago Aeroplanes. So tomorrow we'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming. 8 a.m. in the morning, we will do a couple of games, and then later the day, we will do a couple more games. Maybe we'll even see if the Bree Boomerangs can close it out, and then hopefully find out who will be facing off in the championship. But that is it for me right now, folks. Thank you so much for watching. We will be back again tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. That's the way it goes. Our Sunday morning stream. Don't spend it at church. Spend it here on Twitch watching some guy talk over a bunch of fake nonsense. It's all fake nonsense, probably. So whether you go there, you go to church, or whether you go here, it doesn't matter. Preach. And peace be with you, and also with you. All right, folks. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early. So take care. Have a good one. See you then. Night. Bye.